Okay, Todd Hyatt here. I think we're a minute or so away. Okay, it's 1:30.
Are you in the Jim Thorpe Building?
Yes.
Yes. All right, good for you.
Well, all right. We will resume the meeting that we left off of earlier, unexpectedly. We did have some difficulties, not only here in Oklahoma with the power surge, but it threw a kink in the servers. That's the Todd Hyatt explanation of it, in somewhere in New Jersey or Georgia or something like that. But it is, we hope, repaired at this point, and so we will continue. And so the first announcement that I'll make is, has been made many times, and we please stress that you mute your phones unless recognized to speak. We were on item number 5 of the agenda, which was the public comment. We had completed the list of those that had prearranged to make public comment. We at this time would offer others an opportunity that may be on the line but did not prearrange to make comment. If they would like to do so, they can contact us at opi.occ.ok.gov. And you can contact us, and the moderators will enable you to speak, which of course would be Matt Skinner and Sarah. So again, that address is opi.occ.ok.gov.
And if I may, Mr. Chairman, this is Matt Skinner, and all you need do is send your phone number that you'll be speaking from and your name, and we will get you on the list. Thank you.
All right. So in the meantime, while we give, give a few minutes for those that would like to join for comment, give them time to make contact and be established. In the meantime, Mr. Claxton, are you on the line?
Yes, I am here.
All right. I think since you're on the line, we will move temporarily to item number 6 and complete that item, which is discussion related to surety for oil and gas operators. And this is a posting from Commissioner Murphy. Commissioner Murphy, because we had to continue, was not able to join us in this 1:30 hearing because of a prior engagement. But Mr. Claxton is on the line, and Commissioner Murphy expressed to me that her wishes were that Mr. Claxton explain to us what the concerns are that Commissioner Murphy has expressed. Well, so, Mr. Claxton, you're recognized.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate this opportunity from the commissioners, and Commissioner Murphy had contacted me, and of course, over the last few years, she's had had taken efforts to and steps towards trying to do away or to modify the Form 1006A, which is the financial statement that we use in the surety department for surety, and primarily due to the fact that the elimination of it is due to the fact that, one, we're only looking at a liabilities and assets of a company, and then also it's a notarized document. However, 15 minutes after they submit it, all those liquid assets could be long gone, and whereas the commission at that point, and so it's been a sore spot in a lot of people's life and everything, and it would be nice that if we could either get it eliminated and or modify rules to accommodate certain items. In the past, certain lobbying groups have always said that if we eliminated the financial statement, it would impact the small mom and pop operator out there that's got 1, 2, maybe 3 wells that they're using it to heat their home or the barn, or they're using it for home use, not for commercial use, and everything. And so we've taken that into account with this on and everything, and hopefully from some information that I've provided to Commissioner Murphy, that we'll be able to get a full recommendation put together to accommodate the mom and pop operators and still protect the state of Oklahoma from additional liabilities for since 9 times out of 10 when we go up to court to collect on anything on financial statement, there's nothing there to attach to, and so the state of Oklahoma gets stuck with the plugging of those wells. So what we got is just a short. I've come up with some statistics on what we've come up with and everything. So if there's any questions, I'd be more than happy to try to answer them to the best of my ability.
All right, thank you, Mr. Claxton, and I have also share those concerns, and I believe I won't speak for him since he's on the line, but I believe all three of us have expressed concerns about this for some time, and we appreciate your efforts to take a look at it and make a recommendation to us. Commissioner Anthony, do you have any questions of Mr. Claxton?
Hey, Larry, how long have you been with the commission, and what are your plans for the near future?
Today marks the end of 29 years of service to the commission and 38 years to the state of Oklahoma. But yeah, as soon as we're done here, I am finished as a state employee. I become a retiree as soon as we're done, and everything. So. One of those things on my bucket list is that I've always wanted to do is I've always wanted to go see all 50 states, and I've got 27 down, and so I've got 23 to go. So I already got plans. As soon as they open up America again for business, I'm out on the road, and I plan on catching the Southwest and trying to get New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, and Nevada out of the way, and then we'll move on to another section of the country. So that's my immediate plans, at least.
Well, we aren't probably going to get to do what we normally do, is have a whole lot of employees in the courtroom applaud and give their best wishes. So I wanted to accomplish that right now and tell you that I've enjoyed working with you, and I think that you've toward this opportunity given the commission a report on an important topic, and we appreciate that too. So thank you for everything you've done, and all the best to you.
Well, I remember the very first time that you'd sent down. I don't think I'd been on the job 3 or 4 days, and you'd sent down some requested some information, and I sat and worked on it and cranked out the numbers and everything. At that time, I was strictly the statistician down here, and I calculated my stuff, and I brought it upstairs to you, and you looked at it, and you go, well, now I don't think I would have worked it that way, and I wouldn't have done this, but and everything, and then you essentially read me your resume to me, and at that point in time, and everything, and we you approached it from a different direction than what I did, but we both came up with the same final conclusion and numbers, and so I think at that point in time, you and I became pretty good close friends at that point, and everything, and hopefully at that point I also won you over as a believer in that I didn't know how to add up 2 plus 2, and I could come up with 4 on my answers. So hopefully we've always been on the same page together on that one.
I think we have, and since this is a recorded conversation, we'll just leave it at that. Thank you.
Okay. Not a problem. Thank you.
Well, Larry, if it makes you feel good, I have yet to. I've been here 5 years, and I have yet to convince Commissioner Anthony that I can add 2 and 2. So I'm still working on it. Maybe you can give me some pointers. But I join Commissioner Anthony, and I know Commissioner Murphy does as well, in congratulating you and thanking you for 38 years of service, 29 of which was here at the Corporation Commission, and we wish you the best. But we wanted to make sure you worked until the last minute. We wanted to get every minute out of you. So with that, congratulations, best wishes in your travels and retirement. And we'll let you be excused from the line if you'd like to be, and retire.
Okay. Well, in that case, I am out of here. That's not a problem. And believe me, it's been a thrill. I've always said that I was going to try to stay as long as Commissioner Anthony, but it looks like he's going to he got on the job 2 weeks before I got here, and it looks like he's going to be there a little bit longer than I have and everything this time. But yeah, not a problem. I appreciate everything that everybody's done for me here at the Commission. It's been a thrill. I've been given opportunities that I would have got anyplace else, and I truly, truly appreciate that.
Well, we thank you, Larry, and best wishes. Thank you for the update today.
Not a problem, and Commissioner Murphy has my document, and I think she had 1 or 2 little things that she wanted to modify on it, and which we've already talked about, and it appears that it's really negligible, and so I think we're good to go, and I think what we're asking for is a workable deal, and very, very simple to make the modification within our rules. So not a problem.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and safe travels.
Thank you.
For those of you
y'all
that
have a great one.
Thank you. Those of you that may have joined after I made the first announcements, just to fill you in as to what we were doing, we had moved to item number 6, which was Larry Claxton giving us a briefing on surety for oil and gas operators, specifically looking at the financial statements and any alterations that may be made there. And so, as you also heard, Mr. Claxton is retiring today, so that will probably be our last briefing from him, and we certainly thank him for our service. But we needed to have some time in between for individuals to connect with us, to be recognized for public comment, and I will announce once again that connection if there are those on the line that did not sign up to make comment, or those that have not made comment but yet would like to make comment, you can reach us at opi.occ.ok.gov. and make connection with us and request to be heard, and we will make sure that you are heard. While we're waiting on any others that might want to join, I do think we have had a few that joined, so I'll turn it over to Mr. Skinner, I will turn it over to Sarah, which will moderate the public comment.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is Sarah Terry Copo. I do have 2 additional participants who have signed up to speak. First up on the list is Richard Parrish with the Oklahoma Energy Producers Alliance.
Good afternoon. This is Richard Parrish with the Oklahoma Energy Producers Alliance. First, I want to thank the Commission. We appreciate the opportunity to participate in this proceeding. We applaud the efforts of the staff to address the issues that they've now brought forward. In particular, appreciate Brad Ice further explaining first thing this morning, or earlier this morning, about what the intent of the Commission was to cover things and to not cover some things that may inadvertently have been included. I won't take up much time, but we want to echo the comments of the others with regards to a number of the situations that were raised. I won't repeat all of those, but we do believe that there may have been some unintended consequences, as has been mentioned previously, with regards to the impacts of the proposed rule, and it needs to be thought through. With that in mind, we support the technical conference, even on an expedited basis, so those issues can be addressed, and maybe some modifications to the proposed rules can be worked out. And I also want to applaud Devin for their proposed changes. I think it catches many of those issues, but I think there are others that need to be addressed. With that, I'll answer any questions or conclude my remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Parrish. Are other questions of Mr. Parrish? Seeing none, thank you. Sarah, back to you.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Next on the list, we have Greg Elliott with the Valero Companies and the Petroleum Refinery Representative to the Oklahoma Air Quality Advisory Council.
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak. The one thing that looked at this, and I understand it's an unintended consequence, but I was looking at the legislative basis for the intended rule on regulating crude oil storage at non-producing sites. The citation was 165.10 in the Oklahoma Administrative Codes. And if you look at 165.10-1-6A and B, they do specifically reference oil refineries, and so we are regulated industry under the ODQ and the EPA, and we really have plenty of regulations that provide for the environment and for safety. So we just want to make sure in this rule that it specifically excludes oil refineries in the state of Oklahoma. And that is all I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Elliott. And I think many concur with your analysis of it, and so appreciate your input. Are there questions of Mr. Elliott, Commissioner Anthony? Seeing no questions, thank you, Mr. Elliott, and turn it back to Sarah.
Mr. Chairman, at this time, we do not have additional requests to speak for public comment today. However, right. I did have a phone call of someone. I do not see that she has joined the line.
Okay, someone that would like to comment?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, she called in via telephone instead of via email, but I do not have that phone number showing here. The concern was regarding citation oil and gas matter.
Okay, well, we'll have just a few minutes here before we adjourn, and so Sarah, please interrupt me if she does join and would like to testify.
Mr. Chairman, I might have just a quick comment and then turn it over to you to let us know like where we're going next as far as scheduling or so forth. The thing I'd like to say is that, and I'm trying to have a little bit of a sense of humor about government service and public service. You know, sometimes the commission has people think that we work too slow. Sometimes these rate cases take a long time, or sometimes to settle oil and gas applications, we work a little slow. Here, I think people are thinking we're moving a little fast. So you just have to have a sense of humor about this. I do think that the staff is to be complimented for being proactive. There's been an unusual situation arise, and they've jumped right on it. Sometimes it's easier to do nothing, but I think they're to be complimented. Earlier in the day, we had reference by staff that there were 29 either calls or emails asking about a storage questions. I'll bet for those 29 calls, there were a whole lot more that didn't call. Some people don't want government to know what they're up to. And this issue of negative gas or oil prices and storage being full has made national publicity. I bet there's people out there putting in oil in abandoned gasoline station, empty storage tanks. Somebody asked me if swimming pools would qualify. There's all kinds of things that could be happening out there. So I'm glad that we're paying attention to what might be going on so that we can do what's best for the safety of the public and for orderly approach to the industry. And I'll await and support the chairman's guidance on whether we have a tech conference next and what the scheduling will be. And then I think we do have another anticipated meeting next week on some other topics as well. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Anthony, and I agree. It sounds like your concerns are similar to what mine initially were. It's not so much what we do know about who's filling up tanks. The bigger concern is what we do not know, and the ability to track those in the event that there would be a pollution event in the future. And so I also commend staff for working very hard this week to try to capture that and at the same time protect our current operations as we have them. And so I think at this point, I think we've gathered a lot of information today on the call. We've gathered a lot of information through the emails that we have received. I think to an extent that we could make some modifications to further assure that we avoid any unintended consequences. And of course, sometimes I oversimplify things, but to me it looks as simple as in the last sentence that was mentioned by many of the commenters, crude oil storage tanks placed upon a producing oil and gas lease must be used to store oil produced from said lease, would be either a rewording. I don't know what the intent of staff was on that sentence, and so it would either maybe need a rewording to clarify that, or elimination of that sentence maybe would correct that. And then just below that, 165-10-3-29.1a, it appears to me the second sentence, well, no, it's actually the first sentence, just strike the words that are not located on producing oil and gas leases and replace it with something similar to those not associated with an API number in good standing with the commission. And so I will turn to staff at this point and ask, do you feel like you have enough information at this time to move forward, and we will and provide a proposal to the commissioners, and we will then again take it up sometime next week, probably Thursday.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is Susan Conrad. If the commissioners sounds like y'all desire a technical conference, I can certainly contact the commissioners' offices about a date and time for a technical conference, and I will also work with staff on preparing revised proposed emergency rules and changes that may need to be made to the Form 1014 TOS. And the information about the date, time of further proceedings, how to participate in those proceedings, the revised proposed emergency rules, and revised Form 1014 TOS will certainly be sent out on GovDelivery.
Susan, I don't, and of course, obviously, I'm just speaking for myself, but I don't know that we need an actual technical conference. We've had a type of a technical conference this morning and gathered information, and we may or may not need to have another one, but as we move forward, but I don't know that we need to. From my perspective, I don't need staff at this point to move forward in that direction. The main request that I would have would be to just take the information that we've received this morning and see if we can answer some of the concerns, because I think we all are in agreement. Maybe we're not all in agreement, but I think we're all in agreement that many of the concerns, if not most of the concerns that were expressed throughout this conference, we all share, and we certainly do not want those unintended consequences. And I'm hoping that it can be simple fixes to do that. And so
let me say a word of support for what the chairman's saying right now. Also, when we say the word technical conference, I think most of us have in mind a good number of people would come to the Jim Thorpe Building and would have quite a discussion. With things being shut down with the virus and so forth, we're not going to have a technical conference in person like that. And I think the chairman is correct that today we have had many of the components and the participation that would occur in a technical conference. Some people made reference to their written comments, and I did read quite a few of them in detail, especially Devin and others were very explicit in making suggestions and bringing things to our attention. So, Ms. Conrad, I think I'm hearing the chairman say that you could take all of the input that you received today and look at it and feel free to communicate directly with some of these people and their spokespeople, and then maybe next week have a recommendation and a final product to have for a vote of the commissioners. Commissioner Hyatt, is that what you're suggesting, that we maybe could schedule for next week?
Yes, it is. You said it much better and more succinctly than I did.
This is called a team effort. So I support your suggestion, and we could let Susan and the staff continue to work on it, and they could, and whether you pick Wednesday, I think we were thinking about a meeting, or whether it's Thursday, either of those days is good for me.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Anthony. Susan, do you feel like you have a clear direction?
Yes, Chairman, Mr. Chairman, and we will certainly work on preparing revised proposed emergency rules and get those sent out.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And with that, we will move to item number 7 on our agenda, which is new business. Will there be any new business to come before the meeting?
Mr. Chairman.
I'm sorry, Sarah. Yes, I forgot to come back.
Not a problem,
Did
sir.
someone join?
The caller who called earlier has not joined the conference. However, I have received another request for someone to join the call, and that is Michael Booz with Oklahoma Energy Advisors.
All right, Mr. Booz, you're recognized if you're on the call.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Thank you. I just wanted to comment as concerning the technical conference. And for those who are listening who don't know me or who I represent, I'm an attorney and I practice on the oil and gas conservation side at the Commission quite frequently. I represent a number of different clients who have interest in these proposed rule changes. And
Bailey,
I think I can speak on behalf. I'm sorry?
Mr. Booz, excuse me just a second. Someone is not does not have their phone muted. It appears as if you're scolding children in the background. So if that's you, if you would mute your phone while Mr. Booz is speaking.
Go ahead.
Thank you. On behalf of all my clients, I would like to say that number one, typically, in my experience, when the Commission passes new rules, we do have a technical conference, and a number of different parties whom I represent believe that that's necessary in this case due to the nature of how their business is generally conducted. And I think Mr. Altman did a great job earlier in explaining some of the issues that small operators and even large operators face on a day-to-day basis with respect to this rule. And that being the case, I would request that we do have a technical conference prior to any further action taken regarding these proposed emergency rules.
Okay, thank you for your comment, and we will take that into consideration and as we move forward.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Sarah, anyone else wishing to speak?
At this point, Mr. Chairman, we do not have additional participants requesting an opportunity to speak. We will ensure that the Office of Public Information will reach out to the caller so that person has an opportunity to have their voice heard in the matter that they had discussed. And as a point of clarification for everyone on the conference, we will provide information about rulemakings via GovDelivery. Those of you who are signed up for GovDelivery, as long as you are signed up for Chapter 10 Oil and Gas Conservation, you will receive information about this rulemaking going forward. That was all, sir.
Thank you, Sarah. All right, and we've established that there's no new business to come before the meeting, and so that we will adjourn this meeting. Thank everyone for their participation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The meeting is about to terminate.